Let's see if we can't do something about my boredom.
You can't hit my boy Farian. He's ethereal. Slap a Zod in that beast. Boys, I keep praying for him to get an agility up. Alright, so here's all the people that were kidnapped from Salamand. Help! Do you know about airships? Mithril? You've heard of Wild Rose. Boys, you kind of been locked up here a long time. It's our good friend Paul. And this is Joseph's daughter. So Paul was like, I was down here being a cool guy, but I couldn't escape until the heroes showed up. So basically, this is the reason Joseph was being so dodgy back in town. What do you know about Mithril? He's like, nothing. And then he instant transmission down to there with everybody. Okay, keep it on, keep it on. Ah, the Gurn Slimes. So here's the reason we wanted characters, more than one character to know, like fire. Because these things are highly resistant to physical attacks, but they're very weak to elemental power. Summon elemental power. Unfortunately, Gus has no elemental spells. What can you do? If they'd have sold the level 1 like fire tomes in any of the towns around here, since we found that Berserk tome, I would have gotten Gus a fire spell in complete disregard of his monk white mage nature, just for situations like this. But what can you do? I think we're doing all right. So speaking of which, here's a free fire tome right here, but I'm actually going to give it to Maria because fire is the most useful of the 3 elemental spells throughout the game. So we want her to be leveling that just as much as the others. The only reason I gave her Blizzard first is because of a certain ornery turtle we're going to be fighting, who can only be properly humbled with a Blizzard. Son, if you get that boy inside a Dairy Queen, he's ruined. Alright. We're doing a good job of assuming ourselves. Alright. So now if we really want to min-max Maria, we've got to click on different spells. But I'm just going to focus on fire. Thunder is not as useful. It's only really useful when you're out on the sea. But that doesn't mean we're not going to level it up for the few times we need it. And we did find it for free when we were out having honorable, completely legit, higher level combat. Using advanced strategy. I believe Firion is due an HP up at the end of this fight. I'm just saying. He's never going to get agility ups because Gus is so damn targetable. Even in the back row, the enemies can't help themselves. Yep. HP up. And a potion. You'll love to see it. Okay. Oh yeah, we should probably gain HP. I'm probably like 1 step from a fight. 53 skidoo. Oh look, he finally surpassed Maria in max HP. You know he's so secretly proud of himself, although he's trying to humble brag. He's like, Maria, you're so lucky. She's like, why? He's like, well, when you sleep at the end, it's slightly cheaper. She's like, you smug prick. Okay, we got bombs and shit. That's grenades or balloons, I think they're called. They're the prototypical bomb enemy that's recurring in Final Fantasy. So there you go. You learn something new. They're very weak to fire and thunder. So I think the responsible way to handle this battle is going to be actually have Firion AoE fire. did that in complete silence, so y'all wouldn't judge me. Okay, that. You, as always, are just going to level your Asuna skill. And then you are going to cast Fire too. Son, thunder up, spirit up, intellect up. That means his black magic will be slightly better. A mite bit gooder, one could say, if they had disregarded all edicts of proper grammar. They might even be forced to compensate for it by using unnecessarily complicated and flowery language. There, but for the grace of God, go I. You're like, no. There, for the grace of God, you are. Like, touche. Straw man, viewer. Alright, we're actually on the bottom floor, but we're going to take a little detour to get a bonus treasure, son. Oh no, ambushed by crane birds. You hate to see it. Alright, get your Asuna skill up, please. Melee attack, please. Alright, we're going to bank on the hope that each of these characters can kill their respective whooping crane bird in one turn. Don't let me down, Maria. Oh no, they probably have like 30 HP. Hell yeah, look who's real good at black magic all of a sudden. Damn. It's okay, Maria. I mean, her fire magic is level 1, so... I'll cut her just a bit of slack, I suppose, just in this one instance. I want her to get more fire points. Come on, Furion. If you've ever had an excuse to get an agility up, the end of this fight ought to be it. Damn, I was genuinely sure he was going to get one. That's what I forget for having hope. Bane would be so tickled. He's like, when you're constantly getting preemptive strikes, then you have my permission to die. You merely adopted, cancer selected, but I was born in it. Okay, I'm going to believe that Minwoo can kill the other enemy by himself. Oh yeah, we need to save her MP. I just realized she's the only one with Blizzard. So yes, let's get her a fire skill up. You do still have your bow equipped, don't you, sweetheart? Yes. So you're going to attack that crane. You're going to Insuna Matata. What a wonderful phrase. And then my boy here, going to burn that Sasquatch all up. She's getting good with that bow. It's a good thing. Now, your stats can go down based on what you do in battle, but I don't believe your weapon skills or spell levels can ever decrease. Oh no, she's getting so strong and stupid. Alright, good, we made it all the way here. Alright, so when we open that chest, we're going to get a teleport scroll, but we're also going to get an ornery turtle hung on us. We've actually encountered them before on the world map when we were totally legit farming that Berserk time. But anyway, the moral of the story is we're not going to use wall warp here. Like I said, I'm not going to abuse it throughout the game. I was just using it at the beginning because if we can get a lot of money at the beginning, then I can just kind of play through the game for y'all and not have to worry about it and give you a better experience. That's how I justify my cheating on the Tenfey channel. I do it all for you. I'm like Walter White. I'm like, it's all for you. And then at the very end, in the final episode, I'm going to be like, it was for me. I just hate grinding for money. Here's where you'll find Leon's body buried in the desert. This I didn't expect this playthrough to be so Breaking Bad heavy. Okay. So anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to step in here. Get in this battle. We don't want him to kill Firion. And Firion's the only one he can target at the moment. So we're actually going to put the bronze shield in his right hand and the buckler in his left hand to give him the best possible evasion percentage. We'll get him a charge of Asuna, and we'll also just have him cure himself just in case. Maria is going to get her skill up on fire. And because it'd be a waste not to, her skill up on thunder, and then she's going to actually cast Blizzard. Gus doesn't want to raise a fuss, so he's just going to get some Insuna levels and level up his hands. Then my boy Minwu is going to throw Blink on Firion so that he doesn't get killed. It's a perfect plan. Why did you kill yourself before anything else happened? Okay, good. I would be genuinely surprised if Firion gets killed now. Damn. Does anyone think we might have over-prepared for this turtle battle? Good times. Let's keep the 2 shields on Firion. I still want him to get some damn agility ups early in the game. Oh, perfect. We don't need the melee, so it doesn't matter what Firion has equipped. Get your Asuna points. And then cast fire. With 2 shields equipped, his magic penalty is in the corner. I wonder how much damage he's going to do. I'm going to guess not much. God bless his heart. He's a scrappy feller. He's a fighter at heart. Every paladin red mage deep down inside. There are 2 job classes inside of you. A paladin and a red mage. They're like the 2 wolves. Obviously, the white furred wolf is the paladin, and the gray furred wolf is the red mage. Are there red wolves? There should be. I'm just saying. We could have used Maria's warp spell in this instance, I just realized. Alright, keep trying to hit my boy Firion. You're just making him more agile. I love it. Alright, buy the book. Green slime killing. So yeah, even with doing these little extra actions per battle, I mean, is it really taking any longer than just straight up grinding enemies in a more traditional Final Fantasy? So the Final Fantasy II Defense Force part of my brain is reactivated. Minwu got an agility up. Oh, he's just... It's because he already had 20 agility. I told you, you got to have agility to make agility. That's the world of Final Fantasy II, son. Talk about unforgiving. Smug ass fucking balloons. Just like that Junji Ito story. Floating balloons. So fucking smug. That's the worst part. It's not the fact that a giant balloon that's in the image of your face or head and speaks in your voice and has a metal noose hanging from the bottom of it, and its only purpose is to wait for you to walk outside so that it can hang you and kill you. That's not the bad part. The bad part is how fucking smug they are about it. Even if you shoot one in the face with a crossbow, like a smug knight back in ye olden times, pissing off the Pope and everything, it doesn't matter because if you kill the balloon version of your head also deflates. I assume all of y'all also read Junji Ito at 3 in the morning and then wonder why you can't go to sleep. Or is that just me? Look at that, boys. I still really wish Firion was getting those agility ups. I don't understand why Minwu is getting so many agility ups all of a sudden. But whatever. Maybe it'll rub off on Firion. Maybe he'll be like, oh, is that what it's like to get a lot of agility? I had no idea. Also, you'll notice we're at Asuna level 2. I'm telling you. Once we get them to level 5, you're like, level 5? I've got to deal with, like, that many more battles of you doing this nonsense? Ah, Strawman Viewer Chan, what would I do without you? Oh yeah, teleport. That's white magic. It doesn't really matter because we're only ever going to use it outside of battle. Spoilers, it warps us completely out of the dungeon we're in. I'm going to teach it to Firion. The only thing we have to Firion is Firion himself, as they say. In a pinch, it can one-shot enemies, although it can't be used with the warp wall trick because wall only responds to black magic, and teleport is white magic. When we die, our bodies become the white magic, and the antelope casts the white magic. Son, I'm imagining a cute antelope girl white mage now. I'm sure the fan artist will make it happen. Alright, this smug asshole is the boss, quote-unquote, of this dungeon, and is guarding the mithril. He's, I guess, a little bit more dangerous than the turtle we just fought, but it's probably a good chance to get Firion and an agility skill up. So let's do this. By the book, son. The chief's going to give me an accommodation when I come into the office Monday. Alright, everything went just as we wanted. So now we're set up. As this guy swings at Firion, he's probably not going to hit him, and he'll just, as I always said, be making Firion stronger. So I'm actually going to attack with Firion because he'll gain shield skill. Maria can get some fire in there. Might as well level up Gus's Cure spell while we're at it. And you, my friend, would be the most useful thing you could do. Unfortunately, Protect is bugged and only works when casting it on yourself, which means we could teach it to Firion since he's a paladin and can buff himself up. But just saying, it's not going to be useful in the long run. I actually don't want to kill this boss too quick because I kind of want to guarantee Firion gets at least an agility skill up at the end of this fight. I think he has like 120-ish HP. So one more magic spell from Maria is probably going to kill him. So let's not let that happen. How's that sound? I should have given her the staff. She could have been swinging it right now. Yeah, just put this shit away. Just melee. Alright, I'm not going to sit here and make y'all... oh, good lord! I was all set up to kick my legs back, speed up a couple of turns so y'all didn't have to deal with it, but Maria got socked in the gob. Someone's mom got swore on somewhere. Alright, it's actually fine because Minwoo can just bring her back to life, as can Gus, but I'm going to assume Minwoo is going to go before Gus since he's got, 950 agility at this point. I think he's at like 23. Now, why have you got to take my perfect setup away from me and start shooting people with bows? It said Rose. Roses. Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do to take care of that little situation. Gus, you just keep on curing. Oh, God. I mean, we can't run from this fight, but I did waste Minwoo's turn. I was going to blink Maria and Gus, just in case he got ornery. Also, Firion actually managed to get hit by an attack. If your character is dead or has a status ailment at the end of the fight, they can't get skill ups, so keep that in mind. I'd like to keep Firion's HP low so that he gets an HP up at the end of the fight, but, you know, it's the most dangerous way to go about it. There's no reason to level warp magic, so I'm not going to. You cast a cure on everybody, so it gives Firion a little bit of HP. Alright, and then you blink everybody. So casting a buff on your whole party lowers the overall efficacy or potency of it. So if you're just trying to focus on getting it on one character, it's better to solo cast it. The way buffs work in regard to their spell level is it can apply up to that many stacks. So Blink 5 can put up to 5 stacks of Blink on them. And for each stack, it's basically, I guess, like having an additional level of agility as far as your dodge rate goes. So, don't worry, we're doing proper min-maxing, I promise. You kids have nothing to worry about. I'd say at this point, if Furion is going to get an agility up, he's already earned it. So this next round, we're just going to end the fight. If I was playing by myself and you're probably using the speed up function on the emulator, I'd sit here for a little bit longer, but I'm going to at least pretend to respect your all's time a little bit better than that. If Furion gets killed before this fight ends, I'm going to throw the biggest fucking tantrum. Why? Why did I have to think of it right before it happened? There's no way Maria's not going to kill him. Oh, God, it's heartbreaking. Everybody enjoying their skill ups. Well, look, at least we get to see a different front party member now. Ah, what a mess. Alright, you bring him back to life. Luckily, if we keep life at level 1, it just costs... Oh yeah, spells cost whatever their current skill level is, by the way. I probably haven't said that a single time. Alright, we're going to make up for that little stanank that just took place. We're going to pop over here because there is a trap room. Step inside. And we're going to use this fight to get the agility up that we should have just earned. God damn it. Oh no, I didn't rearrange the party. Everything's a lie. Furion's the only one who won't get targeted. I promise none of this is staged. This is genuine fuck-ups you're witnessing. Talk about being spoiled, you crowd. Let's get her some fire skill. Oh, she can only cast fire. I realize she's got 1 MB. I've been casting all of her magic so flagrantly that I didn't think at least Gus can punch now. At least he's got that going for him. Alright, we got through the shame fight. So in this game, having a character die is the equivalent of... Remember in the original, if you got like poisoned, it always moved the character to the bottom slot, and it was very aggravating. So the back and front... When a character dies, it automatically puts them in the back, right? It's the short version of what I'm trying to say to y'all right now. Damn, Maria. She ain't got 1 drop of MP. What a waste. Oh, I need to get in 1 more of these fights so I can get... Did I mention recently the increased encounter rate? I guess it's the number of attacks and not the power of them. It doesn't matter because everyone shoots bows at Maria. That's their new plan. That's the enemy's new mission statement. Bows at Maria, they call it. Speaking of which, put a bow on Maria. Boys, this crowd's having a hard time. I was like, I'm just going to sit in silence to speed this battle up, but I didn't realize how shamefully I was going to perform. Well, we're good skill ups. It's another thing about Final Fantasy 2. It doesn't matter how tedious the fight is, you're just making yourself that little bit stronger. This basically became the Saga series leveling style. It's how you level up in Saga Frontier. And if it happens in Saga Frontier, it can't be bad. There you go. Alright. Enough of these memes and shenanigans. Let's get the hell out of here. Teleport. Now, the main downside to Warp is that it lowers your HP to critical level, but you can just cure yourself back up. As such. Alright, let's save before I manage to completely ruin everything. Or are we well past that point? Now, we do need to get back to town and rest up. And then we're going to farm some more magic scrolls. Get our funds back up so that we can keep on keeping on. I told you I wasn't going to do it until we got done with that last dungeon. And we're done with that last dungeon. So, checkmate. Can't even level Maria's magic because she doesn't even have 1 MP, so I can click on the spell. That's rough. Dead. Not quite dead. Dead. There it is, boys, finally. It was all worth it. Oh, my strife and anguish. We're at lucky 13 agility, boys. I knew we could do it. Alright, for the rest of the walk back to town, let's just put Gus back in the front row. Maria could use some HP. Put her up there too. Manuel, you just hang out back there. He don't mind none. He is a support caster, after all. Oh god, we ain't even properly pretending to cast a Suna. Look, later on in the game, you get like Poison and Petrified and such a lot more. We're going to need those Asuna levels. The last 5 minutes of this playthrough is going to be the point where I'm like, I think we get enough levels. We can finally just sit back, relax. Take it easy. Oh no, not ambushed by Vamp Thorns. And we survived somehow. The battles. It's rough to watch. This poor crowd, low level, struggling. Minwoo's still at level 1 bow skill. He spent his whole life studying white magic, and then I just hand him a bow, and I'm like, I'm going to need you to be real accurate with this. Potions and antidotes. Those are things that I'm going to vendor. A little potions and antidotes song. I know y'all would appreciate it. Hey, everybody, you're back in town. You're welcome. You can get the hell out of my way. It would be a good reward. All the husbandos have been returned. Thank God. A town can't survive on waifus alone. Alright. Joseph, what you got to say now that I'm the hero? Not Borghen. So Count Borghen, he was either part of Finn or part of Kashan, the place where Gordon, remember our good best friend Gordon, who we talked to earlier in the first episode, and Scott are from. But like he's the reason they got overrun by the Empire, because he betrayed them. You always got to have that one guy on the inside betraying. Betray you, we call him. And not just because he goes as a Treyu for Halloween every year. Alright, let's vendor some of this garbage we're carrying around that they call items. Antidotes. I mean, they sell for 100 gil. It's not bad. Every time we find an antidote, it's just like finding 100 gil. I'm always 100 thrilled to find 100 gil. Now, unfortunately, we can't sell the mithril since it's a key item. The princess might get a bit peeved. But it's not going to be in our inventory forever, thankfully. Catch our Z's. How much you want? 114 gil? Good lord, that's a lot of money. How about I give you 12 gil and you let me sleep in the bathroom? Alright, that's not how we roll around here. Around here, my boy heals you up. Not Asuna. Unfortunately, you can only cast Asuna on somebody who has a proper ailment. So you can't just spam it in the menu and level it. I know, I thought of it too. And look, we're 10 gil cheaper. Hell yeah, that's like driving across town to the Piggly Wiggly because they've got Vienna sausages on sale. And then driving to the other end of town to Food Lion because they've got candied yams on sale. You don't even think about how you're burning $12 worth of gas to save 40 cents on a can. Ambushed by Sasquatches. It'd probably be a fairly popular show on the History Channel. It couldn't be any worse than what they have now, could it? Son, talk about an indictment. They never expected to receive such a harsh humbling from the likes of Tenfey. Even the ancient alien guys is like, man, that was too much. You're lucky the aliens that built the pyramids in Easter Island and invented the television aren't here to see this. Son, one day I'd like to hope that life from beyond the stars finds its way to the ruined husk of Earth, and somewhere amongst the debris they find some sort of storage medium that contains the entirety of the Tenfey channel. The Tenfey historians will preserve it. They'll sneak it in there. It'll be on a portable hard drive that they'll sneak into that place where they've got like every type of plant seed stored. The seed bank? It's in like Scandinavia, I believe. It's a good place for it. Oh, wait. My boy needs to level in sooner. And the in sooner, the better. Oh, it's a good joke, I know. You could stop clapping now. I'm already filled with your adulations. Alright, that was a respectable selection of commands I just gave this crowd. I'm expecting this to be by the book Goblin Slay. Boys, I think we might be moderately low early game powerful. Modestly powerful is how I would describe our current party. Alright, boys. We're getting into dangerous country again. We need to start save scumming. I won't put y'all through all this nonsense. Here's Sid interrupting me. Making excuses for y'all. No, I'm not going to make y'all deal with this, so I'll just include actually getting the damn books, and then we'll get on with our life. How's that sound? Real efficient, I hope. Alright, we should be able to handle this. This looks like a by-the-book wizard slaying. Alright, we just gotta hope, with our fingers crossed, that Minwoo goes before Maria. Well, first we have to hope that the two magicians don't somehow wipe the whole party, because they're more than capable of it. And then we have to hope that Minwoo goes before Maria. Minwoo Maria sounds like a Italian opera or play. Okay? We all know that you're good friends with Zeus-chan and can call down the thunder. We're all real impressed. Okay, good. Now if Maria goes next, and then 2 Berserk tomes drop, boys, we're going to be in business. The business of continuing this playthrough. Alright, they berserk themselves. I don't think that removes the wall. I think the wall only defends against, like, negative, ill-intentioned black magic. Let's see. Go on, son. Fell into another dimension. That's where Vegeta and Nappa sent that plan to bug people. Looks like we've still got to beat one soldier to death the old-fashioned way, boys. I like it. The battle couldn't have ended in any better manner, son. All burned up. Oh, not quite. All punched up. There we go. Whew, boys, howdy. Now, I am disappointed that we did not get a Berserk Scroll, but that mage staff makes up for it. So that thing, in addition to being a somewhat decent staff weapon to use, has a unique effect. Similar to Final Fantasy 1, any character can use that to cast Thunder level 5 on the whole enemy group for free. So, talk about a boon. Who are we going to give that to? Well, first of all, we've got one more Fire Scroll, and everyone but Gus knows fire, I believe. You know fire, and you know fire. So, we're just going to give it to him, son. If it breaks your immersion, just, like, imagine that he went monk red mage now. And it's a very light red mage. He went pink mage. That's why they call him Pink Mage Gus. Much to his chagrin. Alright, who are we going to give that Thunder Staff to? I'm tempted to give it to him so he has a way to AoE when he needs to. And he could just kind of hold it over here. I'm genuinely happy. I didn't think we were going to get one of those. I didn't think we'd be that lucky. Now, that doesn't mean I don't still want some Berserk Scrolls to sell. So, you know, for you crowd, it's just going to be one more battle. Alright, this battle might be a bit dicier than the last one, but we're just going to have hope in our heart that everything works out in the end. Here, you cast fire on one of them. No, wait, that could burn up their black magic wall, so don't do that. You know what, just attack. It's what you're best at. Alright, you get a fire level, and then warp them boys. But don't warp them boys before Minwoo has walled them boys. You don't want to warp before you walled, son. I've seen it take down all kinds of min-maxers in my day, son. Alright, here we go. Alright, good. Blind. That's perfect. We don't give a shit, even if it lands. We just get cool sunglasses. Alright, that thunder shouldn't be able to one-shot the party. So as long as Minwoo goes before Maria, we're good. And I've got full hope in my heart we're going to get 2 Berserk tomes and a clove of garlic. I'm going to be that arrogant. Aw, damn it. We're going to have to go one more turn. What's it going to take? I thought Minwoo had like several more agility than her. I guess there is still a bit of RNG, even when you got good stats. That's what Sakaguchi was trying to teach me. Alright, well, he missed one of the magicians, unfortunately. And one of the soldiers, but if we can clear out enough of them, we can just mop up the rest. Furion's feeling a bit under the weather at the moment. Why don't you throw a fat cure on yourself? And why don't you warp all the enemies into oblivion? And why don't you throw a fat cure on everybody? And why don't you throw a fat cure on everybody? Okay, blind. You love to see it, ironically enough, because it's not damaged. Gus is double blind. He's got 2 pairs of sunglasses on. Well, Furion had to die because Sakaguchi determined that that's what the RNG should do. Long before Miyazaki was tormenting us in the past, there was Sakaguchi. You know he's good friends with Miyamoto. They've studied for years. They peered into the future and they knew about the Tenfey channel. And so they sowed such hatred into their video games. Because they knew that I was going to be shit talking them in the future. It's kind of like Chaos and Garland in Final Fantasy 1. It's a self-perpetuating cycle of misery in video games. That's a pretty good description of the Tenfey channel when you think about it. Alright, we're still not done. Because we can raise Furion up. I ain't raised you to lie there dead on the floor like a sack of potatoes. And here's exactly how we're going to do that. Maria is going to kill you with thunder and see how you fucking like it. And even Gus is going to throw a fire spell at you. And then my boy here is going to raise that feller. Oh no, not a Scourge 5. My least favorite. Everyone knows Scourges 2 through 4 are the best. Rose, by any other name, is resurrected. I'm gonna need you, crowd, to kill that magician with your powerful magics. He's got just a little bit more HP, just enough to piss me off. Alright, Furion. I'm confident I'm gonna throw you at him as well. You... I'm worried because Furion might get killed before other characters can cure him, and I haven't taught her cure yet. So, just cast fire on him for now. You cure that boy, and you throw that cure on everybody. Okay, good. He's just blinding once again. That's a good thing. Putting a lot of work in this battle. I'm just saying, once again, if Berserk scrolls dropped, I'm saying I earned that shit. Even Atlas would be forced to not shrug. Nobody in this party decided to shit. They all went blind instead. All burned up. I really don't know how much HP those damn things have. Just enough to piss me off, I believe, is the technical amount of HP they have. Alright, we've got this rest of this battle on lockdown. You burn that thing up. You obliterate that boy in the back. I'm going to put you on boy in the back duty as well. And then you make sure that soldier doesn't live to see another day. Or die another day. Which a lot of people say is like where James Bond officially went bad, but I don't know. The good shit, please. I believe I've earned it. Oh, I don't know how much it sells for, but I'm pretty sure a Scourge scroll ain't nothing to scoff at. Hell yeah. We're getting there, boys. Slowly, but surely we're getting there. Alright, I'm only going to be greedy enough. Oh, this is a perfect time to get some more Asuna levels. Asuna rather than later, LOL. I could AoE cure blindness, but then we'd get less levels. You get 2 every time you use a spell outside of battle. There's only a handful of spells that you could even use outside of battle, though, so... Unfortunately, you can't sit here in the menu and just set Gus on fire over and over while you level up your fire skill. But it would be really convenient if that's how it worked. I spy an ogre mage. They can drop good spell scrolls too. No reason not to obliterate them with the old wall warp, as we call it. The Fighting Wall Warpers. That was the name of our community college magic team. Alright, ogre mages tend to just cast Blizzard. And since there's only one of them, I think we'll be alright. Although the regular ogres punch pretty hard too, now that I'm thinking about it. Maybe we'll be okay. Yeah, Gus is hardy. He can take an ogre punch. He can handle an ogre battle. It's Tactics Ogre that he's terrible out. Damn, the wall missed the target we wanted it to hit the most. At least he went before Maria. Just this once. Damn you, crowd. Can't hurt. They're not quite at the level they need to be to properly fight an ogre mage, it seems. Okay, then. How you like fire, my man? My bromide? Speaking of which, getting that girl a fire level. I'm going to go for additional wall warp. Since it's not being multi-targeted, it has a much higher success rate at hitting. I imagine. Oh, that's right. We don't need you to cast magic. You're good, Gus. Oh no, please don't blind my party. Not Gus. Anyone but Gus. Good heavens, blind any party member but the Gus one. Oh, I realized I had him cast fire. Thank God he went before Minu and Maria. Oh, damn. Even single targeting it missed. Alright, well I certainly hope I'm getting a nice magic tome for all this effort I've been putting into this fight, I'm just saying. Everybody gets fat cures. Not a blizzard. Good thing everyone's, well, 2 of my boys are healing. I got the heal boys on this. Of course, Furion holding a sword and a shield probably won't cure as much as he could, unfortunately. It's the downside of being a paladin red mage. Damn, can he just not be hit with a wall? We might have to just obliterate him the old-fashioned way with magic spells. I mean, it's what we were trying to do, but I meant more old-fashioned magic spells, and by old-fashioned I mean just damage. It's like Final Fantasy 1, the only black magic spells are all the various elemental damage spells and haste. I guess Temper and Saber are in there, technically. They get by with technicality. Well, let's see if we can just kill this man with genuine old-fashioned piling on him with magic damage. As a caster, he can't have a ton of HP, right? He blinked himself, but luckily we ain't slinging swords, we're slinging magic. Some folks calls it fire, I calls it fire too. Alright, looks like we need another round of magic humbling. Looks like he ain't learned his lesson yet, boys. You gotta wonder after a certain point how efficient this is compared to just like fighting enemies your level for money. Honestly, if you get lucky with a fat spell tome drop, it's like much more efficient. And if you're editing it for your YouTube video so that the audience only has to deal with battles where you profit in some manner, then everybody wins. Except for my fucking Cossacks. It's gone completely numb. I've been sitting here for over 3 hours playing Final Fantasy II and talking into a microphone. I'm surprised they haven't beat down the door yet to have me committed. So you're saying that the defendant willingly played the NES Final Fantasy II? My God, makes me sick. Well, we found 300 gil straight up, and Furion and this crowd are getting the most fucking stats. A warp scroll. We could have additional warpers. We could sell that for 750 gil, or we could use it on like Furion and just have another character to hopefully go after Minwoo. That's what we're going to do. Son, you gotta have warp scrolls to make wall warp scrolls. There's an anecdote in there that works somewhere, I promise. Well, in that case, let's put you right here. And I also keep meaning to get into Gus's inventory and put his fire spell right there. Just to make his inventory a little bit neater. Let's get you a level of Insuna while you're at it, Gus. Boosh. And Bob. The old Boosh Bob. Alright, and before we forget, I've had that longbow equipped on him this whole time like an idiot. It's done nothing but make this more difficult. How many of you legitimately noticed that and were getting mad? In fact, no, the Bronze Curious has such a low... Well, he's not getting targeted. Yeah, take that off just to make our spell that much more accurate. It's a good plan. Oh, that bonus fire scroll we got, by the way, we could either save for a future party member, a vendor for like 200 gil, or you can use these in battles and they're consumed, but you get like a... Is it like a level 8 casting of the spell? Like on all targets for free? That I don't believe does split damage. So, you know, they're good for throwing around. Son, you got to have some throwing around spell tomes when you go out to the malt shop on Friday. That's how you impress a gal. She's like, wow, Jimmy's doing so good, he doesn't even need to learn magic. He just throws the books at the enemies. And then buys more. I've never had such a good malted milkshake as that one Jimmy got me that day. Oh, what's this? Yes, have your ambush. I don't know if I've ever encountered a solo wizard by himself, but I think he's about to have a bad time, as Sans Undertale once famously said. Alright, and a Suna level for my boy. Then a melee attack. Let's get you some fire. We'll get you an Insuna. Since you're blinded, we'll actually have you cast fire. Even Minwoo himself is going to burn you up. 3 damage. He's a little bit harder than I gave him credit for. Either that or Minwoo, or Furion's just real weak. We got to deal with the Scourge. Artorias himself. Never had to put up. That was an actual mistake. I realized saying Artorias dealing with the Scourge kind of works if you think of the like darkness, the void, the abyss, the hollow from Dark Souls as a Scourge, but I was actually trying to say Arthas from the Warcraft. Hell yeah, I'm hoping that shit vendor's good. Oh, Frubius de Calais. I'll be chortling left and right. We're getting some semi-respectable HP levels. I mean, we're not at Gus level HP. Or even hell, Minwoo level HP. Alright, you need you some Insuna skill ups, so... Boosh. I don't know. You might call what I'm doing right now tedious and pointless and being like, yeah, see, this is why Final Fantasy II is bad. But I don't know, I just find this very relaxing, grinding in RPGs like this. I guess that's why I like the Saga games and don't mind the Saga style leveling. So, Maybe you're right in hating Final Fantasy 2, and maybe I'm right in not hating it. You ever think of that? Lord help me, I don't want to fight this crowd. So, let's reset. Damn. I was about to get excited because this is a good fight for potential good loot drops, but we got ambushed. We're going to have to set aside some time specifically just to grind up Furion's agility if we want a better time playing through the game. There's some good spots to do it. That's something that I'll probably edit around for y'all. I'm telling you, all I want is for y'all to have a good time watching me stumble my way through Final Fantasy 2. So I'm trying to give as many concessions as possible. Oh, remember, we got a second warper now. Oh, wait. Don't forget that boy needs Asuna charges. The Asuna the better, as they say at Magic School, on the day that they teach Asuna. Alright, if both of you go before Minwu, or conversely, both of you get indisposed by the enemy, I'm going to be rather sad, is how I'm going to describe it. Gus, cure these people with your low-level cures. God bless your heart. At least he's trying. Well, look at that. Please, Sakaguchi. Smart. Now that I took that damn bow off, yeah, the bow's got like a 70% magic penalty or some dumb nonsense. I can't believe I was doing as good as I was. Look at that, boys. By the book. Ogre Mage slaying. That's how every battle should go, Sakaguchi. I shouldn't have to try at all. That's what modern Final Fantasy is about. Alright, baby. Big spells. No antidote or potion whammies, boys. A blind scroll could prove quite useful for selling. Okay, is that going to be enough money to get us through what we're doing? Maybe. Alright, tell you what. One more cash money drop, and then I'll get on with it for y'all. How's that sound? I mean, feel free to skip this part if you don't want to deal with it. But then you'll be like, where'd all that money come from? Once again, you're the JRPG auditor. You're like, awful lot of funds got flushed into here all of a sudden. I want to know from where. Now this looks like it could be a proper 2 Berserk drop fight by the book. Oh, I forgot that our boy is a warper. He's a warper, Jerry. I've seen it. All the time min-maxing. You know, that's how Newman plays Final Fantasy 2. He's one of those shitters that sits outside the first town at the beginning of the game for hours until his characters have like level 16 abilities, like 4,000 or 5,000 HP. And then he's like, I don't much care for Final Fantasy 2. I find it a bit tedious. And Jerry's got to be like, tedious? Yeah? When you're min-maxing? Sorry you're not a hardcore gamer like me, Jerry. That's my Newman. Okay, you crowd have proved that you're big dick magicians. And you can berserk yourself, but I got 2 warpers coming after you. Oh, they know how to warp. So Kramer, you're telling me these guys can warp? Oh, they're warpers, Jerry. They warp. Never seen him take the elevator, Jerry. He always warps right out the building. I was going to do that thing where Kramer slaps his hands together, but I'd knock this microphone out from in front of me and it'd be a nightmare. Alright, please be good drops. My ass is so fucking numb. I need to take a break. Oh yeah. We'll take it. Alright, we're going to go see what this Scourge Scroll sells for. I'm not going to keep you all on the edge of your seat. And then I'm going to end this recording session. I believe 3.5 hours might be just enough. I'm not going to upload any of this until I have a decent amount of it stored up, because I don't want to put y'all through the normal Tenfey agony of going like 2 weeks between episodes. Trust me, it aggravates me too. You're not alone. Nobody hates the Tenfey channel more than Tenfey himself, as they say. Oh no, a bunch of goblins. What a shame. Actually, can we just flee? Are we at the point where I can run away from battles yet? Hell yeah! My god, they turn 360 degrees and walk away. I think it's the first time I've ever successfully fled a battle in the NES version of the game. It completely caught me off guard. Alright, we're rested, we're HP'd. Alright, now that he has a magic spell he can cast, I feel better just throwing Furion in the front row to give him hopefully some agility ups if we get in a fight with a big pack of goblins. I'm still going to go for proper Asuna grinding. I'm sorry y'all, but it's got to be done. You'll thank me one day when you're petrified and stoned and blind and poisoned. Preemptive strike. I don't even remember the name of the song I made up in the first episode. Blizzard the Goblin or something like that. Don't make me Blizzard the Goblin. How's this crowd not dead yet? I weren't paying attention to what was going on in the fight. I just assumed that my party had this shit on lockdown. Oh, that's right. Minwoo doesn't currently have a bow equipped. I did the opposite of remembering to unequip the bow by forgetting to equip it. That's the lesson. If I was in that Cowboy Bebop episode, Toys in the Attic, that would be my monologue and my lesson that I gave y'all before that weird mutated lobster slime fucking poisoned me into a coma. That was actually the first episode of Cowboy Bebop I ever watched. And I was like, is that the end of the show? Did everyone just die to the opera music? I believe the second episode I saw might have been Real Folk Blues Part 2. So I had the best fake out. I was like, oh, next episode everyone's going to be fine. I know how this show works. Look at that, boys. We finally scrambled and earned another agility up for the boy. Ah, 14. It was all worth it. It was all for you, Furion. I did it all for you. Alright, get me in this fucking town and get me to the pawn shop. I got some magic books. I need to know how much they're worth. Big money, baby. Alright, first we're going to sell this antidote. And then we're going to sell this antidote. And this potion. And then this potion. I can see you biting your teeth, nails. Alright, Scourge Scrolls sell for 1,000. I mean, it's not bad. It's not 5,000. Blind sells for 2,000. Not bad for this point of the game. There you go. A respectable amount of money for this point in the game. When we get back to Old Tear, the starting town, with all this with this mithril that we've gotten as part of the plot, I should say, they will start selling mithril equipment, and we will have the cash money to invest in it. It's a good thing. Sweet dreams are made of these, and who am I to disagree?